Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Making an Impact with Zebu Nation. And today we have for you the 2021 Canadian Championship, the semifinals of the Canadian Championship. Going to try to bring you both games today, plus maybe a game versus Orlando City in the middle. But since we're going to try to do all that, we got to get straight into it. So let's take a look at the Canadian Championships here. It is going to be Montreal, that is us, I guess. Never mind. It's us, Montreal Impact versus Vancouver Whitecaps. Meanwhile, on the other side of the bracket, we got the Woodbridge Strikers versus Toronto FC. Probably know how that's going to go, but you never know. There are always upsets every couple of years in the Canadian Championship, and that could be one of them. But anyway, our opponent for the day is Vancouver. Take a look at their senior squad. They're going to have to play a lot of Canadians on their squad, just like we are. So we're never quite sure what they're going to do. Looks like they got a halfway decent squad. A lot of 3-star dudes. Not a lot of 4-star guys. They got some injuries, and we got injuries of our own, which we'll talk about in a minute. But for the most part, they look fairly beatable. So let's go. We're going to go with our 4-2-3-1 asymmetric. Been using that a little bit. Going to keep using it here just because it gives us our best mix of personnel when it comes to all of our Canadian players, and we're going to try to play as many of those players as possible. Always like to do that in the old Canadian Championship. So let's see. Yeah, we don't care about that. Laren coming back. Kyle Laren's been injured. Jesus Ferreira injured for 5 to 6 weeks. Sure, why not? Injured after turning sharply. Just add him to the bunch. I mean, it's been pretty horrific in terms of injuries the last 2 weeks. Take a look at the medical center real quick. I mean, look at this. It's a MASH unit. Look at both windows completely full. 8 players either injured or coming back from injury this week. Might be even more. There's 9th. Kyle Laren's the 9th. So look at this. Jean-Kevin Duverne, designated player, starting fullback, out 5 to 6 months. Andre, starting midfielder, out 6 weeks to 3 months. Raheem Edwards, out 5 weeks. Carrera's still out. He'll be out for a couple more days. He's been out for several weeks. D'Alessandro just got back from injury. Andre Romero, I mean, he's probably going to get injured as soon as he touches the field, but who knows. Mane is back. He's been out for a few weeks. Lopez, injured. He's just coming back. Kyle Laren, injured. He's just coming back. So it's been crazy, the last injuries. I mean, I know at the beginning of the season we said we were injury-proof with all the signings we made. But, I mean, come on. This is pushing it. This is pushing your luck here, injury gods, whoever you are. All right, so here we are. Vancouver is 6-4 favorites in the first leg. We're playing at the BC Place. So we're at their home field. They're inconsistent form. We're inconsistent form. So we shall see. It's been pretty even. The last 5 matchups, 2 wins apiece and 1 draw. So this could go either way. Let's get to the team selection. Got an interesting group here. Not your typical starting group. We have Johnson on the bench. Carlos Alberto, who's one of our foreign players. Mendy, Ortiz. Yeah, that's right. We brought Erwin Mendy back from loan just because we needed him because we were running out of players. Ortiz, Bosic, Delgado. Brought him back from loan as well because we're running out of players. He's another one of our foreign players. And Horvath, likewise, goalkeeper. Foreigner, those crazy foreign Americans. Erwin Mendy needs a number. Let's see. I guess we'll give him 13. That's a fine round number. No bad luck associated with that number ever. Not that I can think of anyway. All right, here we go. They're going with the same sort of formation, 4-2-3-1. Marinovic in goal. Shea, Henry, Watson, Celebrini, Talbert, another Watson, B. Watson, and K. Watson. Okay, that's not going to be confusing. O'Dowda, Osario in the middle, so there's a name we know. Reyna is another name we know. He's also their leading highest average rating and most assists. 12 appearances, 9 assists, 7.38 rating. Yordi Reyna. So he's doing pretty good. And their leading goal scorer here, Lucas Taylor, 12 appearances, 4 goals, 7.04 rating. He's a man with no picture. Did I click on the wrong guy? Lucas Taylor. He is either a right back or a striker, whichever you prefer. Seems odd combination, but you know what? It's an odd combination, I'm going to tell you. 16 tackling, a striker with 16 tackling and 12 marking. Oh my gosh, they must be out of strikers. That's got to be their problems. Yikes. Okay, well that's interesting. Luckily we don't have those problems. We got Thiago in goal, one of our foreign players. Dasovic, Chevalier, Jaguar, Vallo is getting the start for Duvern, of course. Igor, Benzaza, the young 18-year-old. Petrasso on the left. Shamit Shom in the middle. There's Romero. We're going to give the old man a shot in the Canadian Championship. This might be the last time he ever plays for us, the last time he ever puts on that captain's armband. So we're going to give him a shot. And then, of course, Jan Franco Vasquez up top. So let's go, Canadian boys. Let's get in there. We owe Vancouver for what happened last time. I'm pretty sure we do. I don't remember what happened last time, but I think it was not good. I mean, I guess we'll close down on Taylor. Close down on him before he closes down on us, right? With all that defensive prowess. I mean, the good news of him playing up at fullback is not, or up at striker, is not only is he not a very good striker, but he's also, it looks like one of their better fullbacks. So it's sort of double whammy there. All right, it's Derby Day. How much do you look forward to this? Enough to send the assistant. Ooh, what is up with this crowd? What is up with this crowd, man? Canadian Championships, and they got no crowd? That's terrible. All right, let's see if we can use this to our advantage. I'd wanted to dial back the highlights. So we're going to dial it back to key highlights so we can get several games in. Hopefully that doesn't do us dirty. Here's Osorio. Dropping it back to Reyna. He gets by one man, two man. Goal from Donald Henry. Yes, indeed. That was far too easy. Osorio centers it. Reyna drops it back to Osorio, and then Henry just sitting there. Smashes it in. Who is Henry? He is their central defender, 28-year-old Canadian. I mean, he's a pretty good defender, but I guess that's what they do. They just score all their goals with defenders. They're starting a new trend here. So that's no good. Now they can kind of sit back, do whatever it is they're going to do, control the ball or who knows what. Henry with a yellow card now. See, I don't know what to do without the highlights. I don't know how to analyze this or anything like that. Now here's a corner from Osorio. Sends it in. Tibert heads it down. Reyna gets out wide. He crosses it. Oh, thank you, O'Dowda, for not being very good. Petrasso injured. Of course. Of course. We're getting an injury a game. I mean, that's pretty much how it's going. We're going to run out of players. There's like 30 games. We only got 30 guys on the roster. So by the end of the year, we're going to have no players left. Completely rotated roster because everybody will be on the disabled list. I wonder how many players we're going to have play this year. We have like 35 players in the starting lineup this season. I wonder what I think my overall record is like 37 or 38 players. Not in MLS, in one of the lower leagues. I think in England, probably. Or Scotland. Scotland, most likely. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see if we reach that level. Because we've already brought in several players off of loan and you know, who knows what. New players, signees, all that stuff. First half is just about over. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Watson has it. Centers to Reyna. Penalty. Alberto. Didn't need that. Who's going to take their penalty kick is a good question. Number 3 here. Shea. Okay. Nice stop by Thiago. We can't get scored on by all their defenders. All right, so that was possibly a game-saving stop right there. But now we're going to have to crank it up. Have to crank up that diesel. Let's see. Team instructions. All right, here we go. Let's go in the attack. Let's close it down. Let's work the ball in the box. Yep. Do we have any analysis? I doubt we have any analysis. No. I mean, it's not like we could use the analysis since we don't have the highlights to look at. Obviously, I have no idea how to interpret these statistics or analysis. We've only got 2 shots on goal. We need more shots. We only got 38% possession, so we probably need more possession. I mean, that's something we could try to do. Retain possession. Okay. See, I can use analytics. Detailed analytics right there. Only 38% possession. Let's try to possess the ball a little more. How about that? Sounds good. I'd wanted to take Romero out, but with Petrasso going down, I don't know. That's a good idea. Schmidt Schom sends it in. Henry heads it out. Igor Benzaza with the shot off the post. That would have been an amazing goal for the youngster. It was a really nice shot. Schmidt Schom heads it in. Can't get in there. Come on, defenders, get on side. What's going on here? Alberto drops it back for Igor. Out wide to Schmidt Schom. Come on, pass it forward. Great pass to Romero, the old man. He gets tackled. No, he can't get it back. He almost made a good play. Almost. We have 3 yellow cards going on here. Not so good. Probably going to get a red card this game. 60 minutes coming up. Valo may have suffered a damaged foot. I mean, it's like... I even hired more physios and stuff, and it's just gotten worse since then. All right, so we'll bring Delgado on for you. Get that yellow card and injury out of there. We could get Desovic out of there with our 3rd sub, but I don't know. I kind of want to get Romero out, but he might be our best chance at scoring a goal. Just so many problems right now with this team. Let's go. I mean, this is our all-Canadian team, so it's not our best squad by far. But still, you'd like to see a little bit better action. Here we go. Romero. Throw in. Gets it to Benzaza. Back to Romero. See if he can make a play. Sends it up. Alberto. Own goal. We'll take it. Own goal. Push. What? Disallowed. Kendall Watson. What? Kendall Watson's on their team. He pushed somebody on their team and they get a disallowed goal. Come on, FM. Romero's looking exhausted. Okay. He's been injured for 9 months probably, so it's probably not the best time for him to go. He's injured again. He's injured again. Sorry, buddy. I mean, we tried to get you out there. Desovic, throw in to Schmidt Schom. Sends it in. No, can't do it. Can we recover it? Igor recovers. Good play. Benzaza. Nice pass out to Mendy, the youngster. Come on, you can do it. You're like 16 pace. You should be able to move faster than that. Benzaza, Igor. These two guys, they don't know what to do with it. Vasquez, I'd rather have you on the other end. Because of that, he always gets the ball stolen from him. if he gets it anywhere but directly in front of the goal. Here's Reyna now streaking wide open down the far side. Shea beat our right fullback pretty handily there. Just towered over him. So there's one fullback getting roasted by Reyna, putting our central defense in a lurch. And back push to the other fullback who just gets, beaten because he's a midget. No good. No good. Delgado on the right-hand side there. 5'9", 8 jumping reach. Yep. 2-0 first leg. Not so good. We're going to have to find a way to come back in the second leg. Get a little bit more aggressive. If we have any wingers left, we'll see about that. 5 minutes added time. $16 fouls, 39% possession. Thiago's going to send one downfield. Mendy's going to go for it. Nice win of the header, but not much comes from it. Shea is way down the field. Do they have him at forward now? I don't know. It's a good pass to Mendy. He's going to get stolen by Reyna. Shea again. I thought Shea was like their right fullback. They have two Sheas. Nice shot downfield. Vasquez can't get to it. Palacios to Sovic. Shea again, confusing me. He's double covered. Here's the end. 2-0 for the first game. Not so good. Not so good at all. Surprised by the result. I mean, away, 2 down, no away goals. This isn't looking good. We're just gonna have to come home and do the same thing to them. Far from pleased. Get out of here. End that pep talk. Leave the match. So we got Orlando City coming up in 3 days. We'll play that with a little bit more of a conventional lineup. Let's look at these injuries. Let's look at the injuries. Valo, injured. 11 days. Okay. Get injected, son. Petrasso, no, not injected. Petrasso, 3 to 4 weeks. Physio. Delgado makes his debut. Good job. Good job. Petrasso on the injury list? I don't think so, just for 3 to 4 weeks. That's fine. Okay, so it could have been worse. And they didn't mention Romero. He has gone up to very high injury risk, though. But at least he managed to play, like 60 minutes without completely exploding. So I guess that's good. But look at the injuries, man. They're just piling up. An injury a game. That game we got 2. 3, I guess, if you count having to sub out Romero. But yeah. Okay. So we'll come back for the Orlando City game and take a look at things. So until then, we'll pause. Okay, we're back. And I don't know what I did to make Football Manager so angry at me, but I must have done something, because look at the schedule. Let's take a look at the calendar. It's international duty time in the middle of the Canadian Championship. We got 10 players out on international duty, including most, if not all, of our Canadians. Well, not nearly all of our Canadians, but a very big chunk of them. It is the Canadian Under-20 World Cup going on right now. So we're incredibly shorthanded. Now, I decided to play the Orlando City game just because instead of doing 2 short games where I go on, key highlights, I decided I'd do both games extended highlights, but then I'd only actually film one of them. And, we actually played pretty good against Orlando City. we had a 3-1 victory. It's very good. We had a crazy lineup in there. We had, we tried to play as... Basically, we just had to put anybody in there we could. Guys coming off of injury, all kinds of stuff. Of course, we had an injury in the game. Mendez got injured, pulled groin. He's going to be out for another few weeks, of course. But we managed to win. We played very well. Most notably, Mane came off the injured list and went right into action. Played him on the left-hand side, which we almost never do, at inside forward of all things. And he came away pretty good. So here's Mendez to Delgado, banging it forward. Mendez wide open, great pass, backside, Mane. There's our opening goal of the game. So that's a lot of speed out there. Mendez and Mane. And Orlando just couldn't really keep up with it. I think they get one. Yeah, here's Gooch getting a goal back, so that makes it 1-1. That was a great through pass by Yuri. But then we sort of put it on him. Here's Shamit Shom with a corner kick. Johnson to Bruno, back to Johnson, and he scores. At this point, Johnson came in due to the injury, so he's our young target man. One of the few Canadians we have who didn't make the under-20s. Junior Ramos to Mane is just all alone, all by himself. Not a great shot, but Bendik was, I don't know what he was doing. He was just sort of off balance and couldn't stop it. So there we go. 3-1 over Orlando City in the middle of all this chaos. We managed to get a victory. Now, things haven't been going well recently. It started with a draw back here against the River Hounds. I think the last game we saw was the NYCFC game versus NYCFC, where we won 2-0. Then we came out with 1-0 against the Red Bulls. That was very good. And that draw versus the River Hounds, just something snapped there, and we stopped playing very well. Obviously, the injuries had an effect, but still, we lost 1-0 to DC United. 0-0 draw versus New England, and then of course you saw that 2-0 loss to Vancouver in the first leg of the semifinals. So hopefully, now that we got that win versus Orlando City, even though we're lacking all kinds of players, we've managed to cobble together a unit that I think is eligible to play. We don't have 5 foreign starters, more than 5 foreign starters anyway, on the team. So hopefully that's good enough. And we're going to play this second leg versus Vancouver. We're favored at home, 6-4. Both of us sort of inconsistent form, I guess. They're in fair form, which I don't know what that is. But now they've gone ahead of us 3-2. Ugh, I'm losing my voice here. 3-2 with 1 draw in the last 6 matchups. So hopefully we can win this one and even the series back up. So this is what we're going with. We're going with a 4-1-2-3. That's what worked in our last game versus Orlando City. So we got Johnson on the bench. Carrera right back from injury. We're throwing him in there on the bench. The youngster, the young left winger, has been injured all season. We got him back in there. Eric Lopez, Valenzuela, the young defensive midfielder who's, 17, I think? Yep, 17 years old. So we haven't planned on playing him much, if at all, this season. But we're putting him in there on the bench. Bosic, Ortiz. I don't know why Ortiz is in there other than he's the only guy we got left. He is a Canadian defensive midfielder / midfielder. Oh, I know why. Yeah, basically we're all out of fullbacks. We got Valo, who's injured and a foreigner, so we can't play him. So yeah, bench problems. So let's submit that team and get ahead. Andres Romero back in there. We're going to give him another shot to play in the Canadian Championships. And here we go. We got Thiago in goal. Hopefully that's good enough. Desovic at the left back. Delgado at the right. Cabrera and Chevalier. Cabrera has his Canadian citizenship, so he counts. We've moved Jaguar up to defensive midfielder. We're going to have him play anchorman. That's been something I've been thinking about doing for the last few seasons. He's been training as a defensive midfielder the last few seasons. He just hasn't played there at all. So we're going to try him there. Throw him up there. Why not? Our only other choice are like teenagers who are not very match fit. So might as well give Jaguar a chance there. Shamit Shom, Junior Ramos, also in the midfield. Mane is going to go back on the left, back on inside forward, see if he can score some more goals. Romero on the right, and Kyle Larin up top. That should be good enough. They've got a similar lineup to last game. Marinovic in goal, Shea, Henry, Watson, Celebrini. Check this character out. This was a youngster I wanted to draft. He was in the Super Draft this year. Correct? No. I thought he was in the Super Draft. Anyway, they picked him up on a free. He's a guy who was on our under-23 team when we tried to qualify for the Olympics. So I thought about picking him up, but it looks like Vancouver beat me to him. Watson, Tabor, Dowda, Osario, Reyna again, and Lucas Taylor up top. So a lot of familiar names from the last game. Hopefully we can get a different outcome. We owe them for sure what happened after last game. No problem there. Definitely that should get the boys fired up. All right, Taylor closed down. O'Dowda. Down Osario. Get out of here. I think that's all we need to close down. Well, Shea, perhaps. He likes to come forward, so we'll close down on him as well. All right, Tunnel Talk. Assistant coach. Get in there. Here we are. Home matchup. Look at that. Full crowd. Much better crowd than they had. Although the numbers are probably similar because they've got a bigger stadium than we do. But it looks better in our stadium to have a full and raucous crowd. So we are in, of course, the Bleu Blanc Noir. And they're in just the white on white. Blanc et Blanc. O'Dowda on the outside. He's covered by two men. Gets the cross. Not so good. So there we go. Ends the first highlight. All right, boys. We're 2 goals down. Toronto is 4 goals up, by the way, on their side of the bracket. So they're most likely going to advance. And we shall see. See what happens here. I don't know how they decide who plays the weaker team. Maybe whichever team had the worst record or something. But whatever it is, whoever decides that, we've never played the weaker team. We've always played the MLS team. So let's see. Here's the first highlight of the game. Osario not paying attention. Shamit Shom gathers it in. Tasovic bangs it forward. Larin on the run all by himself. Cuts inside. Terrible shot. Come on, Larin. We need you to be an impact player. Concentrate. My buddy. Concentrate. Can't have you flaking out on us. We need you to have one of those concentration games. He's looking frustrated right now. You should have a good feeling with those other players up front. I mean, Laren's played a lot of games with Mane, a lot of games with Romero. So they should have some chemistry. We should encourage our players to try a short passing play. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe at the 30-minute mark, we'll look to slow it down a little. Need to finish our chances. We're struggling to keep hold of the ball. Okay, all right. So now you're starting to speak my language here. 27-28. All right, slowing down. We might be looking for a highlight here. 22-minute point, perhaps. Nope, foul. Tasovic. Okay, so we got 5 fouls, 3 shots, none on target. They have no shots so far, even though they got 59% of the possession. Yordi Reyna has a slight injury. All right, so 30 minutes. We'll retain possession, work the ball in the box. We might have to push up on these boys and, start causing some havoc. We'll see. Marinovic is going to boot it forward. See who gets this highlight. Dasinovic. Can't get it to a teammate. Lucas Taylor has it. Gonna try to get past him. No, Reyna. T-Bert. Dodauda. Osario in the middle. Lucas Taylor. Good stop by Thiago. And that wasn't a great shot, but he was paying attention at least. Didn't get caught off guard. But I would very much prefer a highlight. 39 minutes to Marinovic again. Bombs it downfield. Chevalier, nice header. Schmidt, Schom, Jaguar. I mean, Jaguar's a good passer. For a defensive midfielder. Ramos, good. Kyle Larin, come on, buddy. Need you to wake up. Need to shake it up a little bit. 40 minutes gone in the first half. We need 2 goals. Let's not forget this. Let's not forget it. Here we go. Delgado with the throw-in. Gets it to Romero. Jaguar. Back to Romero. Let's see if he can get it down the sideline. They got some good coverage going on, but we can matriculate the ball a little bit. Ramos, is he going to reverse field? Nope, just a little weird back heel to Schmidt Schom. They've got everything covered. There we go, long ball. Romero, great play. Gets it forward. Henry is there. Saves it to Junior Ramos. See what he can do. Schmidt Schom forward. Mane, long shot, no good. I mean, they're pushing up. It kind of makes me want to boot the ball, but it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. They got 58% of possession. Analysis. Retain possession, shorter passing, work the ball in the box. We've done all of that except for the shorter passing. Which, I mean, just looking at the highlights, I think we should do longer passing. So maybe I should go with my gut on this one. We still owe them for what happened last time, and that still works, even though we used it in the first half. That's fine. Tactics. I kind of want to go more direct passing. I got a feeling. I want to close down more, get tighter marking, get stuck in. I don't think we got any yellow cards. Desovic has a yellow card. 6.7 rating. I mean, I need him to get forward a little bit because we got Mane going, going forward. We're going to trust him for a little bit not to get that red card. And here we go. Jaguar, Cabrera bangs it downfield. Because it's not like they've got a lot of defenders back. They're going with the 4-2-3-1. So I feel like if we can bang it downfield against their 4 defenders, we might be able to, we might be able to outpace them. We've got some speedy guys. We can do stuff like that. Put them on their back heels. Delgado. What was that? He just rocketed it into Ramos's forehead. Not too happy about that. Schmidt Schom, nice win at midfield. Let's get it back to him. He's going to bang it forward. Kyle Larin heads it down. Mane. I mean, I appreciate the effort, but I'd like a little bit more situational awareness here. "52 minutes. Chevalier with a yellow. Alright, so we're going to dial back the getting stuck in part. Romero gets it ahead to Mane. He's got lots of guys charging forward. Oh, great little sneaky pass to Schom. Schom, get it forward. Kyle Larin, there it is. There it is, boys. We got one back. That's what I'm talking about. Nice little counterattack. And this was a great little sneaky pass here from Mane. Just sort of chips it by, and then Schom does the same thing once the defense closes down on him. He had 3 guys closing down on him. Got it ahead to Kyle Larin. That's what we need to do. Proceed with the tactical changes, yes. I mean, we could take Chevalier and Desovic out of there, but I don't really want to do that. So I won't. Can't make me. 62 minutes and counting. They're still in the 4-2-3-1. Here we go. Schmidt Schoen drops it to Romero in the midfield. Kyle Aaron's going to take a shot, deflected on goal. But Marinovic makes an easy stop. Shea is out there dying at 59%. We're very frustrated, so let's encourage. There we go, looking less frustrated. Encouragement coming your way. There we go. Composed. 74 minutes. 75, come on, boys. Okay. Let's pause it. What do we do? What are our options? What are our options? We could bring in Johnson and go 2 strikers up top. Jaguar has played well at Anchorman. That's good. He's frustrated, but we could like move him down to defense. Take Chevalier out with his yellow card. I mean, we have to go attacking at some point. I think we definitely take Desovic out. That seems fair because he's got 6.4 rating and a yellow card. So we'll start with that. Let's see what that does. They've made 2 substitutions. 78 minutes. 79. 80. Okay, pause. Let's go form number 2. Flip these guys around. Junior Ramos will go segundo on attack. Schmidt Schoen will go advanced playmaker on attack. We're going to bring Johnson in at the target man. Yes, yes, yes. Let's see, Delgado can go on attack. Bosic is better defender. Team instructions. I mean, we got to go on the attack, right? Be more expressive. All right, let's see what this does. Oh, confirm our changes. Confirm our changes. Let's go. 10 minutes in regulation. We've made our changes. Junior Ramos, Cabrera bangs it downfield. Henry to Junior Ramos. He gets it for Kyle Aaron behind the defense. Is he onside? He is. Chips it. Can't quite get it over the goalkeeper. That would have been a miraculous shot if he had. That's the kind of thing we want to do. 85 minutes, 86 minutes. Prevent goalkeeper distribution. Here we go, Schmidt Schoen. Terrible pass. Not sure what he was doing. They're just bombing it downfield. Let's see if somebody's got to go for it. Bosic. Bosic is huffing and puffing. Centers it to Chevalier. Schmidt Schoen. He's played pretty well, as far as I can tell. Johnson. Good pass to Kyle Aaron. Gets it. Get it forward. Oh, why didn't you pass that forward? You had Romero. I mean, we're going to get a throw-in out of it, but you had Romero. Here we go. Delgado. Sends it to Schmidt Schoen. He sends it in. No good. Delgado, where was that going? I don't know, but Bosic saves it. Sends it in. Delgado can't win the header versus O'Dowda. And now here comes Montreal, or Vancouver. Counterattack. 89 minutes. Let's go, boys. Let's push forward. Push forward. 3 minutes of stoppage time is all we got. Junior Ramos, nice steal. Kyle Aaron gets the ball stolen, gets it back. Delgado bangs it forward. Johnson wins the ball to himself. He's got Romero on the near side. Come on, you can be the hero. Back post. Junior! Oh, what a stop by Marinovic. Wow. That was a rocket. He stopped it. Corner, show him, nobody there. 2 minutes to go. Bosic with the throw in. Far side gets it to Johnson. He's played pretty well at the target man. I mean, he just made a mistake there, but, you know, gotta give him an A for effort. Sonora, here comes Vancouver on the counterattack. Minute 45, Palacios playing around with it. Oh, come on, Watson, you can mess up. You got 3 guys on you. Oh, that's a terrible play. That's a terrible play. Kyle Aaron beats his man. Kyle Aaron, what are you doing? Oh, minute to go. Minute to go. He should have controlled the ball and made him foul him or something. Just did anything other than what he did. Would have been good. Would have been happy. Especially if he scored a goal. Here's Palacios on the counterattack. Wide. 45 seconds. Taking your sweet time. 30 seconds. Thiago bangs it downfield. Nobody there. Parker heads it to Chevalier, who boots it. He's got Kyle Laren. No, he was offside. 10 seconds to go. No seconds to go. Delgado with the throw-in. Timer. 2-1 loss. First, second leg, third leg. All right, so that's another Canadian Championship. You know, people say, including myself, that the Canadian Championship is an easier road to the Champions League, but, you know, you got to play 2 MLS clubs to get there, so anything can happen, especially it's two rivals you got to beat. So there we go. Unlucky, boys. Would have been nice, but it wasn't to be. I mean, I got to say, for all the strife we've just been through in the last 2 weeks, we got another game coming up in 3 days versus Columbus. I thought we played pretty well. You know, it could have been worse. Absolutely could have been worse. I think, you know, Vancouver's suffering a little bit as well. But this is just a brutal stretch in the schedule. Just unbelievable with all the roster problems, all the injuries, everything going on. Yeah, it hasn't been fun. But we got through it for the most part. One more game, and then we'll have a little bit of a break, I think. Perhaps. Nope. We go right on to Chicago 3 days later. San Jose 3 days later. After that, then Portland. Whew. All right. Still 10 players on international duty, so it ain't getting much better. In terms of squad, we got room to bring in one more player, but I think we got to save that slot for Andre, even though Andre's not coming back for a while. 2 months. So I don't know. Do we bring somebody off of loan and then we're going to have to send somebody back out on loan, or we're going to have to cut somebody or do something, trade somebody? Who knows? The transfer deadline just passed, so we're not going to be transferring anybody in. And honestly, I don't want to, and we don't have the cap room anyway. We're at the cap limit. We don't have a ton of finances. I mean, we did all kinds of trickery in the offseason just to get where we're at now. We got $200,000 available. So we could bring in some mid-level guy for $200,000, but I don't think it's worth it. So we shall figure it out. Will we come back for the next game versus Columbus? Now they're 10th. I don't think so. Maybe we'll come back for the Portland game. That seems like an interesting game. Or San Jose. Who's ever better? Portland, I guess neither one of them are very good. What happened to these teams? They were tops in the league last year. Did I just miss San Jose? Oh, yeah, there's San Jose 8th. Portland 13th. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, we're still third in the Eastern Conference. Still only 3 points back from FC Dallas, who's jumped up to the top of the league. They've got 1 game on us, so it's not really even very much at all. All right, so we'll come back at some point, and we'll play some games, and hopefully we'll have some players on our team. I don't know. We're just going to be injured. Everybody's going to be injured. So until then, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.